Welcome to Thursday, February 9th, 2023. Day Weather Podcast brought to you today by Cowboy State Daily. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com. Also brought to you by WYDOT. The Pacific cold front that is racing through the region today is going to make it windy and colder. There's a fair amount of cold air behind this system, so across this region it's going to be a blustery, windy, colder day. Mountain snow showers will continue. We did see snow showers late yesterday and last night and early this morning in some areas, especially across portions of the central and northern Rockies and Plains. The high country will see the brunt of the snow showers today, and everyone's going to feel it being colder and windy. Good news, though, is after a cold day today, really a nice little break is coming Friday and Saturday. There's not much going on. Now, there will be a low pressure system and a cold front swinging through the western United States Sunday into Monday. A low will swing through California, Arizona, and New Mexico, bringing some weather there. A cold front will move through the northern Rockies, but there really won't be very much weather associated with that front for Sunday and Monday. Then that trend we've been talking about towards cold weather and increasing snow chances in the region by the middle of next week remains a good possibility, but the devil's in the details. We don't have a high confidence level yet exactly where the storm will track in terms of who's going to have the best chance for snow. Will it take more of a southerly track or more of a northerly track? We'll have to kind of see how things come together. But we're very confident that the middle of next week will be pretty darn cold with some snow for many of you. It's just going to be a matter of what the details are going to be. Cold signals in the long term continue for the rest of February and into March. The satellite loop here this morning shows pretty impressive swirl of clouds up there into the Gulf of Alaska. You can see a storm going into the Midwest and Great Lakes. And right up here, this little patch of blue is the cold air coming in behind the cold front in the trough that you can sort of see with some cloudiness right here. But across the North Pacific, it's getting busy again, isn't it? We've seen this before this winter. So there's going to be plenty of action, plenty of weather system activity coming across the Pacific into North America in the coming days and in the coming weeks. This is where we are today. The low headed towards the Great Lakes. The front that came through last night and late yesterday is swinging through southeast Colorado and is going to be heading east. There's going to be some snow in the Carolinas coming up with this trend change heading east, while high pressure right here is going to be what's going to give us that couple of days of decent weather tomorrow and into Saturday. But the cold air behind the front's pretty impressive. This is the temperature anomaly today. You can see right over the Great Basin and the Rockies and the western high plains. Going to be a pretty chilly day relative to average. Then this is where we get into the weekend. There's that low over central and southern California. It's not going to be a gangbuster big wet storm for California, but there'll be some showers and colder weather moving into the west coast. Notice a little bit of a split here between this low and the low going up across southern areas of Canada. So it's a bit of a split system. That's why, as we get on into Sunday and Monday, it will mainly produce weather in the southern areas. This is through Sunday. This is part of the front that's coming through today. Here's the wet weather that'll be coming into parts of California. This system will end up bringing some showers to Arizona and New Mexico as we get on into Sunday night and into Monday. But there's really not a lot of new precipitation in many areas as we get into tomorrow and as we get on into Saturday. It'll be Sunday into Monday when that system pushes in. This is for late Monday afternoon and evening. That west coast storm then heads towards Arizona and New Mexico. It'll take a track like this while this dive bombs this area of cold, low pressure, comes out of the Aleutians and drives colder air into the Pacific Northwest and Rockies. And as we've been showing you over the last several days, that low is going to head into the Four Corners area. The Four Corners area and then head east, opening the door to Canadian air and that much colder weather. This is going to be really coming in Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then this system will likely track this way. As I mentioned earlier, the devil will be in the details on where the snow is going to be the most copious with this. It could take a track more south, more along I-70 and point south. It could be an I-80 event. It's going to be somewhere around those two interstates that we've got to keep an eye on things. And certainly the cold air will come in behind it. There's our temperature anomaly by next Wednesday. So there's no February thaw coming on up. The nicest days really will be Friday and Saturday. And then temperatures just start to get colder again. This is going out to February 23rd and the 24th. Basically, that's showing that potential, that stratospheric warming event we talked about, the potential for a lot of very cold Arctic air to spill back into the U.S. is on the table as we get towards the last 10 days of February. So we still see those long-term trends that look more than anything pretty darn cold. Have yourself a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.